Hey, what's going on, guys? And today I'm reviewing the new Clone Wars. Well, not Clone Wars, it's technically Ahsoka, but it's, the Clone Wars outfit for Anakin. I think he's new. I'm a little suspicious because... No, he's new. He's definitely, new, because he came out. He's not even out in some places anyway. And, I'm reviewing him today, and if you just want the cut down to the brass tacks, I'm not sure if he's worth it. He's got some problems. He's really cool in some areas, but he's also not in some areas. I think anything from the waist up is fine. For the most part, it's mostly the legs I have a problem with, and I'll get to that when I get to the articulation. And some people say he has chimp arms. And I can kind of see that, air quote chimp arms. And I could kind of see that, but if anything, that's actually kind of accurate. Because I remember when I watched the, flashbacks, I guess watched the episode, he did kind of have longer arms. And I was like, hey, his little arms are kind of long, but not to be like, mean or judgmental. It was just something I noticed. But I mean... This figure looks good. I think if you get him in a good standing pose, he looks good. But his posing can be kind of annoying. Sorry, my camera's out of focus. If I put it too far back, but I'm just trying to show you, like, the arm length. Some people really ragged on that. I don't think it's that bad. Something I think is good, is that head sculpt. Like, that is hated, man. Like, even under this lighting, it looks way better than it does, like, on my shelf, because my shelf has kind of darker lighting, because the light doesn't hit it as much. But I have the vintage collection figure, and this is so much better. Like, this is actually, like, a really good head sculpt. Way better than I thought it'd be. Like, because, sometimes it doesn't, always look as good as, the pictures. And definitely better than the vintage collection. Because the vintage collection, his hair was blonde, and he didn't even have the scar. Which I think is, like, I mean, come on. It's Anakin, man. Like, Anakin's not blonde, and, he has the scar. His head articulation is actually really good. I mean, I'll get to that when I get to the articulation, but, like, it's pretty good. And he only comes with one accessory, which I think is fine. I mean, it's Anakin. How many accessories do you need? And his only accessory is his lightsaber, which, hang on, I gotta get him standard. Looks really nice, to be fair. It has this really nice shiny paint. It's not chrome, but it's like this really metallic paint, and it's the episode 3 design, obviously, which is nice to have because I only had the Empire Strikes Back, like the original trilogy Anakin lightsaber. And I mean, the paint is actually so nice. Like, I've always loved the way that Black Series did lightsabers. I mean, not the blades themselves, because their blades used to break all the time. And getting that out now, this blade isn't like the other ones. Like, it is actually a really tight fit, and it's kind of scary. Like, when I first tried to take it out, I was like, oh crap. But it can fit into the belt really nicely. Like, it surprised me when I first got the figure, because a lot of these belt connections, they barely fit in, and it's kind of not even worth it at some points. But this one, it fits so nice, and it just goes right in. Something I should point out is, obviously, you could see shoulder pads, they don't match. Like, one's lower than the other, which I don't know why. Like, even, like, looking at it, like, the arms themselves aren't, like, mismatched. They kind of looks like they are because of the way the cloth is laying. But, like, the figure, like, the arms are just, like, I mean, not the arms, the shoulder pad is really weird. Like, it just, like, was old when it came out of the box like that. So it wasn't me, like, messing it up, or it's me doing something. I mean, the left, it would be his right shoulder pad. Looks really nice. Like, it's in there. I think the problem is it's just, like, pulled out. It looks like it's pulled out. And the armor itself is actually pretty nice. But again, like, the shoulder pad and the robes, I prefer, because I've always hated on Black Series robes, because the cloth, like, their cloth, like, it's not very good, but at least they go all the way with it. Like, I've always had the complaint, like, some try to, like, mismatch, like, plastic and robe, and the belt was actually connected. Like, you could see there's the hole for it. I ripped it out, and it wasn't completely on purpose. It's not in there super tight, but I mean, I did that because the belt was really high up. But I mean, I just pulled it out with little effort. Again, like I said, I didn't actually really mean to do that, but I did that because, the belt was really high up. Like, I could put a picture on screen now. Like, it was so high up. It was really weird. Like, it was one of the things that I knew I was going to fix when I got it out. And as you can see, the shoulder pad. Like I said earlier, the armor piece is still itself nice. The robe, though, is kind of odd because it's cloth good. It gets really mismatched easily. And, like, I still don't know why it's mismatched. Like, it's not like one was under the robe and one's on top. Like, they're both under the robe. It just looks like I need to push it in, but I can't. I don't know. It's weird. It's whatever. Anyway, I think I should get to the articulation. And like I mentioned earlier, the head is on a really nice... I think this is a dumbbell joint, and it looks... like, it can tilt really nice. You can't look up, but, I mean, who cares? And you can look down. But it just has such nice movement. Like, it's so fluid. Like, I just have fun moving his head. He does have a waist swivel, which is nice. It's good because if he had plastic, he couldn't actually use it, which I guess is a pro to the cloth. His arms are nice. They don't have too much articulation on the elbows. I mean, they have a butterfly joint, which is nice. Like, I was surprised when I saw this. It allows for some really, nice articulation. But going to the elbows, they're alright. They get about 90-ish. And they can go out pretty nice. Like, even now that I'm not so worried about, the shoulder pad getting messed up, because it's already messed up. I mean, it's a really tight joint, but it can move out. And, like I said, his arm, this way that it's sculpted, it can get 90, and I think that's about fine. Like, I don't think you need much more than that. His wrists, weirdly enough, both of his wrists are this design. Usually one's one way and one's the other, which is kind of weird, but it doesn't matter. And his legs can spread pretty far. I do have a problem with the legs. They're pinned, which creates some ugly leg poses. I know they're reused legs. I don't know exactly from what. It might be from the original Anakin figure, which I don't have, so I don't know for sure, but that's what it looks like to me. He has some swivels, like in the thighs, but, I mean, whatever. And his ankles, they're fine, but mine are just loose. Like, you can see it with this other foot. Like, I have a hard time standing him because there's just that small amount of looseness, which doesn't let him stand that well. You know what? I think I should just get some comparisons done. I'm not going to bring any figures out, but I'll show some pictures. Like, here's him with Obi-Wan. And here's him with some clones. He looks really nice with other figures, but the figure himself, I think you can tell I'm a little disappointed in, man. Like, honestly, I saw this figure in store, and I was, so hyped, because when, that one wave got revealed, it wasn't all one wave. The way Black Series is weird. I feel like they just kind of release figures who they want, when they want. And I was excited because this new wave had figures that I didn't have, or at least figures I didn't have and I needed new versions of. Like the Cody I had, but I needed a new version of. And I didn't have an Obi-Wan. I mean, an Anakin. I don't know what. They're two completely different characters. I didn't have the Anakin. And I had the Clone Wars Obi-Wan, which is why I hesitated on buying, the Revenge of the Sith Anakin on third party, he can't stand that well. I'm getting a little annoyed. I hesitated getting, the Anakin because, the original Clone Wars Anakin was ugly, in my opinion. And if the likeness was not there, I do prefer the way the body looked, though, I guess. But, I mean, I had the Clone Wars Obi-Wan, so I was kind of hesitant on getting, a normal Anakin. Especially since I had, the 2003 Clone Wars, Mace Windu. So, I was hyped when he got revealed. And I do want to get the Phase 1 Captain Rex to go with him. I don't really care that I'd have a Phase 1 Rex and a Phase 2 Cody. Doesn't matter. If anything, I've actually always preferred the way Phase 1 Rex looked. Just because that's the one I grew up with. Like, he was on the boxes everywhere. But, I mean, down to brass tacks, man. I think if you can get him for his base price, it'll probably be fine. I feel like $25 it's the new standard, and it's fine. I actually had to pay more because I got him at my local action figure store. I got him for $35, which I don't think is worth it. I have a hard time spending money on figures. Obviously I don't if I spent $35 on Anakin, but it's because I didn't have him. I have a hard time justifying it. Like, $35 is a lot of dollars. It's not in the grand scheme of things, but for a piece of plastic, at the end of the day, it was kind of hard to swallow a little bit. But I mean, hey, I don't regret getting him. I know I've been really negative this review, and I don't like to be negative. I don't regret getting him. I do like this figure because I don't have an Anakin. If I, had another Anakin, maybe I wouldn't be so nice. I say nice, but I've been kind of ruthless to this guy. I give him a good 6.5 out of 10. I think get him for base price. Anyway, that was it. I'll see y'all later.